Hi everybody, Nicole Sauce here with a thought of the walk for you this morning, and I'm going to need to apologize if the audio is a little weird. I'm hoping it's not windy. We'll find out when I get home. My microphone that plugs in is losing charge, so I went to turn it on this morning and there was no charge, but that's okay. We'll get that remedied to where I charge it every night now. It used to last like weeks, and now, I don't know, something's happened. But that just means you get all the background noise. Like, listen to that beautiful bubbling brook right there. That's what we call mossy rock. Anyway, today I was thinking about winter. Winter is coming. And, you know, that show, ooh, look at this. This is a Jerusalem artichoke. Beautiful. That's something you'd want to mark and be able to dig down for that tuber in the fall. But winter is coming, and on a homestead, this means we get even more busy getting ready for winter. And this year it appears that winter is coming soon. And if you're listening to the video, you can hear the crickets in the background, having a good time. They're doing that last mating call to reproduce so that there can be crickets next year. The leaves are coming off the trees. We're going to get our first cold front next week. It's getting down into the low 40s. Once it gets closer to the mid 30s, that's when we have to pull out all the water creating devices that could freeze. Like my outdoor kitchen has a faucet that's got to come out, or it'll freeze and get ruined over the winter. And the hand washing station, that means no more outdoor kitchen except for to cook, not to clean. And it means we need to make sure the animals have plenty of dry bedding, that there's enough firewood to heat with, that we have a plan in place for if the power goes out. Double check our fuel storage, double check the generators, make sure they're all working. We don't use generators for heat, but it's nice to be able to, you know, charge a phone or run the internet for a little while if the power goes out in an ice storm. And it did last year. It went out for days last year. So those are all things that are on my mind as we think about winter is coming. This year's a little more complex though, because there are supply chain disruptions, and that means stocking up on stuff is hard. You got to make sure you have enough feed for your animals if you're not producing it on your homestead. And right now, sometimes when you order feed, there isn't any. Have you run into that yet? A couple of my listeners have, and they've emailed me. It's a regional thing. Sometimes there's stuff, sometimes there's not. I'm very happy that I have a local source that grows their stuff here, so that I can get feed. But we also keep, 3 to 6 months of feed on hand, just because by the time you drive a couple of hours to pick up feed, it doesn't make sense to then not store a bunch of feed. You don't want to do that once a week, right? Yep, that's how we organize things here. So with winter coming, it's also a good time to think about, where are you at in the goals that you set for yourself for the year? Are you achieving every day a little bit more for your personal independence? Are you achieving a little bit more to improve your health? Are you still going on that daily walk? Are you eating on plan? Are you doing the things you need to do to be the strongest person you can be? Because as we go into winter, that's when our strength is really needed, right? Fat and happy in the summer, but you get into winter, it's cold when you go out there to take care of your animals. You got to make sure you're warm, or able to warm up, that your body is working, your blood is circulating, and keeping your body temperature up where it needs to be, or else you can get really, really sick. Do you have a plan in place for if you do get sick, for other people to help take care of the animals? Or is it automated? Are you growing any winter crops? Are you building your business one day at a time? I did an episode yesterday on 4 boring things about marketing that you should do, because even though they're boring, they can be the difference between if your marketing is successful or not successful. I encourage you to check that out. It's at livingfreeintennessee.com. I think it's for episode 478 on boring marketing practices, right? Those things count, and there's a lot of things in life that is boring. I went through all my bills yesterday and mail and looked for errors in billing, made sure everything was paid, tracked it the way it's supposed to be tracked. That's boring, but I'll tell you what, at the end of the year, come tax time, that pays off in droves to have that stuff ready to go and done right so that I can optimize minimize my tax burden. It's a better way to say it. Those are all winter things. And with winter coming, right now is when you should be thinking about, where am I at? Am I ready for winter? Am I moving forward every day? And if you look around and you're like, you know what? I've been kind of sliding. You know what you can do? Tomorrow, take the first step. The next day, take the next step. The day after that, take the next step. But keep moving your life forward. It doesn't matter what's going on in the news. It doesn't matter that you're now mandated to have a vaccine at your job and maybe have to leave your job. It doesn't matter any of that. What matters is one step at a time. And if you get little setbacks here and there, or big setbacks even, just keep taking one step at a time. Stay the course. Go where you want to go, and eventually you're going to get somewhere good, even if you don't get exactly where you thought you'd be. That's our thought of the walk for the day. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Make it a great week.